This has been a mixed year. We haven't had very much movement in terms of the overall averages. The economy, however, here continues to do relatively well, not so much overseas. So as we look back on the year, the last 6 months or so, and we look at that mixed performance, what do we see moving out into 2016? We expect to see positive returns in equities. We'd like to see a pickup in some of the data. We have gone through a relatively significant grind in terms of global growth. Maybe that picks up a little bit into the first part of next year. And if so, 2016 may indeed turn out to be a much better year in terms of the returns that we saw in the equity markets than we did in 2015.
No, again, I think they'll go up perhaps on the West Coast, but the rest of the country should continue to drift lower. These are actually very high gasoline prices relative to where crude is. Refiners are probably having their best December ever for gasoline margins. And January is by far the weakest month for gasoline demand. Even if it's 70 degrees in the Northeast in January, there aren't really that many destinations. And demand in January tends to be about 1 million barrels a day, or 10 or 15% lower than you see in June, July, and August. I suspect that this rally that we're seeing in the last couple of days is a little bit of a foolish rally, and we'll retest the lows late in February, March, when refineries go to maintenance. So I still think we're going to test that December 2008 level of 32.40 to 33.
Wow.
I don't suspect we'll get beneath it, but you never know.
I think that it has. If you take a look at the term structure, the manner in which the front months trade relative to the back months, crude is no longer bidding for storage. It's actually coming out of storage. It's interesting that that's happening. It tells me that, as I like to say, informed money is moving away from a bearish position. I think you've probably seen the lows, but let's not get excited. There is so much crude that has been drilled for. There are so many wells that are out there that can be brought into production in the Permian, in the Marcellus, in the Bakken, that if you get to $45 a barrel, that's going to be probably as high as you're going to be able to make it. But is 34 probably a bottom? Yes, I do think 34 has probably seen the bottom. And this is from somebody who had been manifestly and overtly bearish of crude for a long period of time.